welcome to my channel. My name is Paige. If you've never seen my face before, then please consider subscribing before you leave. Also, if you enjoy this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Today I am with my husband, Cody. Have you ever seen his face before? If you're new to my channel, then you might not know who he is. It's been a while since he's been in a video. But this is my husband, Cody. I very frequently call him Codina. And some of my followers have caught on to it, and they also call him Codina.
What? Are you serious? Not cool, guys.
On his birthday, we got a bunch of comments on Instagram, and somebody said, "Happy birthday, Codina," and I almost fell out when I read that. Because the only way you would know to call him that is if you caught me calling him that before. Speaking of Instagram, I asked y'all yesterday to leave us some comments, questions, advice that you wanted on a post, because we were going to do a marriage and relationship Q&A. So if you had any questions in regards to anything like relationship or marriage wise that you wanted some advice on, or if you wanted to ask us any questions about marriage, love, relationships, I said we would do that in this Q&A. It's been a while since we've done a Q&A, and I think we get a lot of questions based around this topic, so I thought we would do that. We are on the road today. I figured this would be a good thing for us to do.
I'm driving.
Yes, I think they realize that. My hands are right
hey.
here. Our first question was, what is the best way to put yourself back out there after a hard breakup?
Wow.
Breakups are hard, especially, well, I mean, everybody deals with things differently, so sometimes it might not be like emotionally like really difficult for you, because not everybody is like that. For me, all my breakups, whether I was like really in it for the long haul, I just felt like I was slam distraught. Distraught. Slam distraught. I felt like my world was coming to an end, because for so long I had I put too much effort and thought into these pitiful little relationships, and I felt like I always had to be with somebody and I couldn't be by myself. So when a breakup happened, I was alone again, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. And I didn't realize that until, you know, like I get older and stuff. But here I was thinking I was like all upset because the person had broke up with me, when in reality it was because I was alone again. It wasn't because they were gone, it's because I was by myself. So once I realized I had that problem, then it became easy for me to...
Wait a minute now, hold.
We ain't broke up.
Retake. You just admitted you had a problem. Guys.
I admit I got problems all the time. You's a problem. You are at the top of my problem list. But once I realized that that was a problem that I had within myself, then I knew that I had to fix that, and that's when I decided to be by myself for a long period of time. And that's not going to work for everybody, because maybe that's not the same case with you, but trying to put yourself back out there, we were talking about this earlier, and Cody made a good point to make sure that you are mentally and emotionally prepared to get back into another relationship, because you don't only need to like take your feelings into consideration, but if you're still sort of caught up with somebody else and you start something with a new person, and then you decide like halfway through, you're like, man, you know what, I'm still hung up on the last one. Or the last one pops back up. Yeah, and you're like running. They were just like a placeholder for you. Time and time again, I've seen that happen. Yeah, and then you run back. Then you've not only, you're screwing yourself up, but you're screwed this other new individual up too, because you got them caught up in your foolish mess. So make sure you are ready. Not foolish. I mean, emotional mess. Well, it's foolish. I mean, if you know you're not ready, but still you just don't want to be alone, so you jump to the next person, that's foolish. I've done that. I can speak personally. I have done that. But I was just trying to fill a void, fill a gap, and I was like, I'm going to just throw somebody else in this gap. And then when you're done with me, I'm going to just throw somebody else here, and I'm going to keep doing this. Question. Did you do that with me? No. How? And you know I didn't, because what did I do when you come up? get away from me.
Tried to run me off.
Go away. Because I
almost did.
Because I had been alone for like 8 months at this point, and I was like doing my own thing, had it going. Me and Jesus was roll buddies, like we was just doing the thing. And then here comes daggone Cody.
Thank you, Jaguar.
But yes, just make sure you are mentally and emotionally prepared before you put yourself back out there. Because if you're not, just take some time for yourself. Maybe pick up a new hobby. Treat yourself a little bit within that time. And then, you know, then try to go out there.
But then once you do that, make sure your confidence level's up.
Yeah.
Dress up, look nice, go out.
Smell good. Make sure you wash your room.
Really? I think that's a given, I would hope.
I don't know, some people just...
Yeah, make sure you're clean.
My husband and I have almost been married for a year. My birthday is, for a year, August 5th. And then our birthday is August 4th. Do you have any advice for the coming years?
Birthday's August 4th and
anniversary is August 5th.
Wow.
And what did you do for your first anniversary?
Okay, first off, husband, make sure you buy 2 separate gifts. Birthday, anniversary.
Do not combine them.
Do not combine.
Don't think you got out easy because y'all planned it around the same time.
Do not.
Don't think, and even if your wife tells you.
If she says that it's okay to get 1 gift,
you better get 2.
Don't get 2.
Because she's like, you know what, he knows.
Exactly.
I can tell him that, but he knows. Even though, ladies, I'm gonna tell you this. We really would love for our men to read our minds. Man, that would be great. It would be so great. But it is not realistic.
No, it is not.
But I will say, I feel like the longer you're with somebody, they know how you truly feel. Like when I say something, like Cody's like, are you okay? Or what's wrong? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. He knows that I'm lying. He knows that I'm really not okay. And he'll ask, he's like, do you want to talk? Are you sure? Are you sure you're okay? So the longer you're with each other, you can pick up on little quirks and stuff that maybe you normally wouldn't.
Facial expressions.
Facial expressions. I am very bad for facial expressions. But I think that helps you out. You know, I might say something with my mouth, but my face says something else.
Yes, yes.
And what did we do for our first anniversary? We went to the mountains. Yeah. I would suggest a romantic and like quiet sort of getaway, just to like really celebrate being together for an entire year. That's why I want to do the mountains. I didn't want to do a cruise. I didn't want to do anything that was around a bunch of other people. We got a cabin that had a hot tub, and it had heated floors in the bathroom, and it had a big bathtub.
The fireplace was...
Yeah, the fireplace
through
was...
the wall.
Yeah, so you could see it in the living room and in our bedroom. It was just a really romantic, nice place. I thought was perfect for our anniversary, especially the first anniversary. So I would pick something that was romantical.
And it don't have to be the mountains. We just like the scenery of the mountains in the fall.
Mountains. What is one thing you can say Cody helped you with in life and vice versa? Like overcoming a fear, stepping out of your comfort zone, or growing spiritually, for example. You go first. Sure. I've talked a lot. You go first.
You have talked a lot. Which is nothing unusual.
Good.
Nothing good.
Nothing new.
Nothing, yeah, exactly.
It's all good.
I thought you said nothing good.
Take it away, sunshine.
I would say she helped me with being a little more open. I guess my thing was I was always trying to help people, or before I'd help myself, do things for others, which I still do that, but to a point I was kind of letting people get over on me. So she is that barrier of, hey, they're asking a little too much. Go ahead and say no, or because I would never tell people no.
Ever. That was like his thing.
Ever. And I used to be like quiet. I wouldn't act out, like dance or anything like that. Ever since we've been together, I think I act a little more crazy.
He lets his true colors out. Like he he can, like,
I wouldn't say true colors.
He can let loose and be comfortable and not feel like he can't get a good laugh in and do something crazy. And
because she is crazy all the time. All the time.
you're worse now. Yes, huh?
You're still worse than I am out in public.
Out
I mean,
in
you'll just go
public?
to dancing out in the middle of the store and going down the road doing this right here, fist pump going by. Look, we go by vehicles and she's just sitting there. And I'm like, would you stop? Them people's looking at us.
My favorite thing is to dance in the store, especially when, like, Cody's, like, not right next to me and he's walking towards me, and I'm like, where was that we were at? And he tries to, like, not look at me and make eye contact because it's like he don't want.
I'll turn and go the other way.
Nobody to know that I'm with him.
I'm like, I don't know her. Who's that foolish woman over there?
And then I'll go to hollering at him so he knows he better not. You better just acknowledge me or I'm gonna make it worse. So don't do that.
Anyway, so what did I help you with?
Okay, one thing that you helped me with was being nicer.
See, we kind of
We balance each other out.
balanced each other there.
Because I feel like sometimes I would tell people no.
Too much.
Too much. Well, and I think it was because I grew up watching people get over on my mama a lot. Mama and Cody have that in common. They let people get over on them. They hate telling people no. They don't want to let. So I've always been the one like mama. So I've always, like, taken up for her. And I didn't want anybody to do me like that. So I felt like maybe I was, like, overcompensating for it. And I wasn't giving people, you know, an honest chance.
An opportunity.
Yeah, so yes. I felt like once when I got with Cody and I seen how good of a heart he had and just how willing he was to help other people, even though, you know, sometimes it takes it too far, now we balance each other out where I'm more nice and more giving and understanding and helpful.
But let me clarify, she never stood up to nobody for, well, what I mean was when she says I took up for him, I did not let her talk to anybody any kind of way in front of me or in front of them. We discussed it amongst ourselves. I am a manly man, so
he's a manly man.
So I don't need my woman speaking up for me, but she does support me.
I was confused.
What I mean is,
what you were saying.
I didn't need you.
I'm like, who
to stand.
talking to?
I didn't need you to stand up for me.
No, I just tell him, like, no, you need to fix this, and he'll go and be like, listen to him. He handles it. It's not like I wear the pants in this relationship where I have to handle everything. No. Even though I will say this, when we want something done, as far as like calling Verizon or calling some customer service, who's the one that has to call?
I have called. Don't you even go there.
And then you have them call me.
No, I don't. If I have them call you, it's because I'm busy at work.
If we want something done like that, if we want like the aggressive person to call, most of the time, it is me.
Okay.
Because I am vicious. What is the biggest thing you had to adjust to when y'all first moved in together? She said, I know I had to adjust / accept to having hunting things and deer heads being hung up everywhere.
Ah, yes. Yes.
Okay, here's the thing. I feel like I don't budge on this, and I hadn't in 4 years. A deer head ain't going up in our house because he doesn't have like a specific place for that deer head to go. That's one thing. 2, it don't go in my decorations. 3, the ceiling just ain't high enough. If we had vaulted ceilings.
Okay, but back up. There's one reason that's way before those 3 you just named.
What is it?
It creeps you out because you feel like you're staring at you.
Okay, that is right. That's like up there at the top. Every time it used to be propped up in our guest bedroom on the wall, and every time I'd walk in there, he'd give me the eye. And I'm like, that darn Derek.
What? Who?
Derek the deer.
Oh my God. When'd you name him Derek?
He's Derek Shepherd.
Really? So you would think she'd want him hung up in the room. I mean,
McDreamy or McSteamy or whichever one they call him. They all had all names, and I can't remember which one he was. Darn Shonda killed him off. Anyway, so
darn Shonda rhymes.
Darn Shonda. So yeah, Derek, look at me. cut them eyes. And I'm like, nah, you won't hang up in on these walls, buddy. You're gonna stay in that closet. So then I moved him. Walnut used to walk up to him and lick his face. And I'm like, bud, quit messing with Derek. He's gonna jump off that piece of wood and chase us down the hallway. It's just creepy. So I told him if it were to hang up in our house, we have what, 9-foot ceilings? No? 8?
Probably 7 or 8.
Jeez. Okay, ain't even got 9. So if we were to hang it up, he would be.
Probably got 9 foot.
That sucker would be eye level with you. You'd be walking down the hallway and he's right there, like this. I can't do it. If we had higher ceilings and like a vaulted ceiling, like in the living room, like above a fireplace or something, I would hang it up there. But no. So I haven't had to adjust to that. Because they're not in there. Now growing up, I mean, my daddy was a fisher and a hunter, but all of his stuff.
A what?
A fisher and a hunter.
A fisherman?
Fisher? Fisher.
Fisherman?
A hunterman?
No.
Daddy's stuff was outside in his barn, all mounted up in his barn. That was like his place. I feel like men need a domain, their own place, and that's where they put their stuff. Because you don't see me throwing pink stuff all around the house. Now do you?
But you sure do want to.
I would love to, and you would love to have hunting stuff all around the house. But
there's a limit, a fine line of me wanting hunting stuff.
Deer and all this mountain.
I mean, I don't go crazy wanting camouflage couches, and curtains, and that kind of deal.
I can't. He knows better. See, that's why we get along so good, because we know we ain't going to buy no camouflage chairs. Y'all, I cringe at the sight of a camouflage recliner. Oh my God. It's one of my least favorite things in the world, and there's so many men that's got them ugly dunces. I can't. I mean, if they got a man cave, you are more than welcome to throw that sucker in there. But I think it's ugly. When we ever do the Cody cave, that's what it's gonna be called. He's gonna have a recliner, but it ain't gonna be no camouflage. It's gonna be like a real masculine leather, like cognac brown color.
Cognac?
Cognac.
Yeah.
That's what we're thinking. That's what color it'll be.
You gonna get me a bottle of cognac in it?
No. With like a cow rug or bull rug or whatever on the floor.
No, I'd probably have me a deer rug, man.
Okay, a deer rug.
A bird. I'll have me a bird.
A deer? The deer you be killing that rug won't be but this big.
Bud!
Really? Oh, child's rug.
Disregard that.
It'll be a bath mat.
That's not cool.
Why did I have to adjust to cooking and cleaning? That was it.
Yes.
Being a homemaker, that was what I had to adjust to, because I was not a homemaker before.
Mine was hair.
You didn't adjust to that.
So much hair. Everywhere.
No, that's a lie.
It was not a lie.
It is a lie.
It is not a lie. At all.
I do shed quite a bit.
Quite a bit. Ain't even close.
Well, it ain't a matter of shedding. I think the hair he's talking about is in our shower. It's not really everywhere else. There's some everywhere else, but not like it is in the shower.
Okay.
I collect it in the shower. I set it up on that shelf. Because here's the thing. I wait till it dries. And then you pick it up. When it's wet, it sticks to you.
And when it's wet, it clogs the drain.
If it's on the shelf, how's it gonna clog the drain?
You don't be
Listen.
You just said you let it dry. Listen.
Next
you
question.
Listen.
What are your favorite things to do together? And what things do you like doing separately?
Yeah, I think we can answer the separate one.
Hunting. He can hunt all by himself. I've gone with him. But this whole still hunting thing that he's doing now, I ain't about that life. I'm not into sitting in a tree and being quiet without self-service. If I'm got to sit there and be quiet, I need something to like amuse me.
Would you go fishing with him?
No. Can you fish without being in the water?
Yeah.
I'll do that. Play music. Have snacks.
Yeah. Picnic.
I'll do that.
So we might try that as a together.
We'll try that as a together thing, but separately, he can go hunting all he wants. He can hunt everything, all of it, without me, separately.
What do you do that I don't like to do with you?
I don't do nothing.
Shopping.
You do shop with me. We actually like shopping together. I guess like a certain kind of shopping. It depends on the shopping we're doing. Probably like clothing for me and home decor shopping,
Yes.
then no, Cody won't. I do that separately. But if we're shopping for the both of us and we're getting each other's opinions on like big purchases and stuff, we like doing that together. Lowe's. We love Lowe's together. Dude, no, it just says what are your favorite things to do together.
I wouldn't call that a favorite.
I just like to be together.
I mean, we watch movies.
Together.
We watch movies. We love watching movies together.
Together.
In the what's that movie theater? That movie theater in Raleigh.
In Raleigh.
Oh my.
That was our favorite. We went there 3 times, I think.
Twice.
I wish we could have went 3 times. It's a dine-in movie theater.
Yes.
If you ever have the opportunity to go to something like that, do it.
Do that.
It is amazing. While we're in Charlotte this weekend, there's one. It's not like dine-in. They serve food, but you have to get up and go to the door to get it. You'll get like this little buzzer, and you have to walk to the door to bring the food back. But they have amazing reclining chairs, and you get like food, not like nachos and hot dogs.
This is like,
you get like real good food. But at the other one, the dine-in one, it's like you have a waitress, they bring your food to you. We ate some of the best food, and the chairs were comfy, the movie was good, the theaters weren't too big.
Yeah.
It was really nice. So we really enjoyed doing that.
Yeah.
Do y'all have Bible studies together at home?
Not lately.
No.
We did when we first moved in. And then
we need to.
Yeah, we do.
I typically do my Bible studies alone. I think that we probably need to do separate ones.
We do. I think we do better alone, because then what happens with me is I'm always asking her opinion on it instead of me actually reading and studying it for myself.
I think what would work for us really well is to study alone, and then maybe have like a time a day to like go over and talk about review what we studied. I think that would work good for us, and we need to start praying more together. So we have a lot to work on. But if you are doing those things at home, that's great.
Good job.
You should keep doing it. Rub off on us.
Yes.
At times, it is hard to find a middle ground on certain topics. How do you and Cody find a middle ground on things you do not agree on? Also, do you find it hard to forgive Cody right away after an argument?
Yeah.
If so, how long does it take, and what process do you go through to forgive?
Well, that kind of depends on
what I'm forgiving him on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on the strength of the bad thing. How bad was it? What did you do?
What did you do? Rosie, what did you do?
That's our favorite question to ask them, and you can tell when they've done something when you ask that question. But anyway.
Well, it depends on what the topic is, too.
Well, I feel like that's one of our strengths, is having a conversation about something.
We'll state our opinion on the situation. You say your deal, I say mine. And then we sort of
weigh our options.
We sort of weigh the options, and we try to go half and half.
Yeah.
What have we've done that like recently? What did we do that with?
Sometimes, just to get Cody to shut up, I'll just tell him to do what he wants. It's the truth. So just being totally honest.
I'm gonna be honest here. That actually does more good than she realizes.
Yeah, because you get everything you want. So
No. What I mean is, a lot of times when you say no on something, that just makes me want to get it that much more. But then when you say yes,
I said yes, and it didn't stop you.
Not this past time, I know. But when she says, "Do what you want," I'm like, darn, I ain't even got to fight her on this. There was no resistance there. And then I think about it even harder. I'm like, do I really need this? Do I need to go into this?
A lot of times.
I don't do it.
A lot of times I'm just like, there's a lot of other stuff I can put more energy in. This is not one of them. I don't feel like talking about it anymore. Do whatever you want, and I'm just done with it. that's normally how I deal with stuff now, which I mean might not work for every relationship. It works for us.
You gotta find what works.
You gotta find what works.
Trial and error.
Because sometimes he knows up front if I don't, he knows how I feel about stuff. So I will go ahead and let you know my opinion out front at the beginning of it. I'm gonna let you know whether I like it, whether I don't like it, whether I think we need it or we don't need it. If I think it's not important, if I think it's a waste of money, I will let you know up front. I don't bite my tongue. But if you just keep bringing it up, I'm just done. I'm sick of talking about it. You ain't listening to me.
Which
so just
relates to anything dealing with hunting is a waste of money or not important.
I'm glad he thinks so.
No,
you heard it here.
That is
you
what
heard
you
it
think.
here.
No.
Live today.
That is your thinking. That
hey,
is
Danielle.
No, that is not.
Comment down below if you heard it.
Slap you.
You heard him say, waste of money. Hunting equals waste of money.
I was meaning coming from you.
Give this video a thumbs up if you heard Cody say hunting is a waste of money. Thumbs it up. But it's going to have 2,000 thumbs ups. Do you have any go-to books or podcasts that have helped in your marriage? We're not big readers. And we don't listen to podcasts. So no.
I have started reading like a hunting book.
It says help with your marriage.
Oh, no. No, we don't. I'm sorry, I missed that part. Hey, I'm trying to focus on driving here too.
He did read the 5 love languages.
I did read the 5 love languages.
I got the one for the men. There's one for the men, so it was like easier for him to like relate to. We got that one, and I think that helped some because then Cody was able to understand like, okay, even though, you know, he's not really utilizing the things that he learned.
Really?
He is somewhat better than before he read it. I think he needs to revisit some chapters again.
Really? Okay, here's a word of advice, guys. Don't start something that you're not going to be able to keep up.
You did it to yourself.
Okay? So if you start telling your wife good morning every morning, don't stop. If you realize that you are not going to be able to do that every single morning before she wakes up, don't ever do it.
For the past 6 years, Cody has told me good morning, beautiful, I love you, whatever. Some little spiel. Every morning.
That's how important it is. Some little spiel.
No, I'm saying it changes. It ain't always the same thing.
Well,
for a long time, it looked like he was just copying and pasting the same message every morning.
I was not. I assure you, I was typing it out.
I was like, you better get creative.
I ain't got time to do all that.
So most mornings, I wake up to a text message from him just about every morning because he's already at work by the time I get up.
Already at work, honey. I've been at work several hours by the time you get up. What are you talking about?
Several. 2 is not several. Where do you plan to travel to next? Well, right now, we're going to Charlotte. Our next trip, I'm thinking, is either Disney World. Next year is our 5-year anniversary, so I want to do something big for that. I'm thinking maybe a Sandals Resort all-inclusive thing next year for our 5-year anniversary. I think that would be nice. We just have to get our passports for that. We've never gotten our passports, so
we need to go and get them. Like,
we're going to probably get them this year. But I want to go to Disney World. We want to do Savannah. We're planning on going to the mountains next year with our family, like a first family vacation. Our family doesn't really, neither side really does vacations. So we're planning on doing one big mountain trip with them and get like a big cabin with like a movie theater in it and a pool and all that stuff. So I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to look into that and book that for next summer. But this year I'm thinking Disney World is next, or maybe Savannah. I don't know. I'll have to look into it and see. We've never went to Savannah, so I gotta do a little bit of research. Was Cody supportive of you doing YouTube full time?
At first, no.
No. He didn't understand it. He seen me pouring so much effort and time, and I would be like so drained, and there was nothing coming from it. So no, he was not supportive. And I hear
we had bills.
We had bills. I was still working, so I've always worked. Where does that net come from? And I've never not worked, But at that time, it just seemed like I was putting more time and effort into YouTube, and there was no benefits coming from it at all, financially. And Cody just didn't understand why I was putting so much effort into it. And it weren't about, at that time, it wasn't really about me getting anything from it back then. It was just, I really enjoyed doing it. It was my creative outlet. It was just a way that I could like put everything that I enjoyed and loved into one place. And that's what I enjoyed about it so much. And he did not understand it at all. So he wasn't for it. And then when I got like my first check from YouTube, which was a whopping $100, I think maybe then you were like, she can actually make money from this.
She's a woman of many talents.
Many talents. So maybe, I don't know how long it took him to be supportive. Not necessarily supportive, but I guess be like, understand it maybe. I don't know. It's date night, but you're staying home. What do y'all do?
Pick a movie, get comfortable, lay in the bed, and eat a bowl of cereal.
Bowl of cereal.
Love cereal.
If we're out of cereal.
Yeah, if we're out of cereal.
If we planned it, we'll have like stuff. We'll like get snacks and different things. Like we're gonna do something like that. We'll pick our favorite snacks, like maybe candy and just like different things that we like have an at-home movie experience. That's probably what we would do. She said they love board games and an absurd amount of ice cream.
Absurd amount of ice cream.
What is the best marriage advice you can give regarding finances? Who handles what, and do you believe in joint or separate accounts or both?
That's a touchy subject.
Yeah, I feel like finances, we sort of like, and I think everybody should sort of keep that personal, because that's your money. That's how you pay your bills. That's how you
Well,
keep a good life going. But I will say, best marriage advice is to be honest and open about your finances. If you got some debt, some secret debt from like old credit cards that you had going on before you got married, please let your spouse know this before you get into this marriage. Don't go in it blindly. Let them know. Be open about it. If you spent a bunch of money at Hobby Lobby that are 75% off sale, unless you got the money sitting aside, you got like a special spending little something over here, just be honest about it. We don't be secretive. If I go spend money on something, I tell Cody. If I go to Hobby Lobby and spend $300, I'm gonna say, hey, I found some good deals today at Hobby Lobby. I only spent $300. He might not think.
Which she's never done.
I've never done. I don't spend money like that. But just be honest and open about your money. Over time, we've changed things here and there, just whatever suited us, what worked best for us. So just figure out what works best for you. If you have to sit down with like a financial advisor or something to get all of that situated, I would recommend doing that. How do you two keep that light playfulness that comes out when you film together? With all the crap life throws at couples on a day-to-day, it's refreshing to see you guys keep it so light, flirty, and fun.
It goes back to her foolishness. I mean,
it's just my personality.
I can be having a bad day and be ill as a snake when I come home. Just sometimes she don't time it right, but a lot of times she does. She'll just make some comment or something that I've done in the past that was dumb or funny, and it'll just take my mind off, and we go back into happiness. Precious. My brownie. Brownie for my brownie. How did you meet and what did you find attractive about each other?
We met in high school. We went to high school together. We graduated together. What did you find attractive about me? Go ahead and say it. I know what you're going to say.
Her Budamus Maximus.
That honky tonk, but don't. Me about Cody, I just thought he was beautiful.
Go ahead and tell him, really.
And his lips, and his arms, and Do you think you can be too reliant on your significant other? There are so many posts that I see on social media saying you shouldn't rely on your significant other. But my boyfriend and I do in many ways, and we're both very happy. It's so hard to not let social media influence your relationship. I guess that's another thing. How do you avoid others and social media from influencing your relationship?
I wouldn't agree with not relying on your significant other, because the whole part, the old saying used to be you had to be 50-50. And I had an old friend of mine tell me one time, he said it's not 50-50, it's 100% both ways, because if one is not on their 100% mark, you got to make up. You got to be there for them no matter what. Emotionally, physically, financially, whatever. So there's nothing wrong with relying on each other at all.
And I think what the thing is people are still trying to be like so independent, and just in case something happens, that if they were to leave you, you're still good by yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that's people's problem, is they're so busy worried about something bad happening, they're putting so much focus on that. Why don't you put your focus on how to make it for y'all to stay together and to make it work, rather than trying to figure out what am I going to do. I need to be prepared if he leaves me.
Or vice versa.
Or she leaves me. What? Why are you preparing for that? I mean, if it were to happen, you'll pick up the pieces and you'll get your life back together. But why put so much focus on it and effort into it?
It's kind of like you're expecting.
Yeah.
Expecting it to not work out.
And I don't agree with that. So I think we're in agreement here. We rely on one another. If I'm feeling bad, I'm going to rely on Cody to make me feel good, make him, like, you know, watch after me, be my doctor, and vice versa. If he's feeling bad, he knows that he ain't got to worry about a thing, that I will go to the ends of the earth to make sure he's good.
She does.
Amen to that. Okay, most embarrassing thing you have done when together? I typically do more of the embarrassing things, but they don't embarrass me, so
I'm not gonna say nothing.
What?
We'll be standing in the store somewhere shopping, and people walking around us, and she'll look at me and say, I just farted. I'm like, really, bud? Really? It ain't gonna stink. How do you know? I know my farts.
But I do. He can't stand it. He was like, really, bud? And he was like, well, and I'm like, but trust me, there's no smell. Come back. Oh my gosh. How did you even think about that?
What do you mean? They said embarrassing. That's an all the time thing.
I have recently gotten engaged. Congratulations. So I'm starting the wedding planning. Is there anything that you wish you would have done differently for yours? Yes. Destination wedding. Right by your daggone self.
What?
Yeah. If I could do it over again, I would have planned a destination wedding, honeymoon, all in one. Just me and him. Be gone for a week.
But then you wouldn't have no witnesses.
There's somebody to witness for you. One of the hotel people.
Really, bud?
Whoever. That would have been it. And you wouldn't have to worry about nothing. You could spend more money on that, and you could get like a really nice, like, luxurious place to stay, all inclusive. I mean, like, if I could do it over again, that's exactly what I would do.
Or you could go to the courthouse.
No, I would not do that. No,
a good honeymoon.
No, this is what I would do. I would go and do that, and then when I got back, I would do like a reception with family and stuff. They could cook and do all kinds of stuff, so, you know, they're still getting to see y'all together and still celebrate y'all.
But part of the wedding is the father handing the daughter over.
No, it ain't. I'd have been okay without that. I'm fine.
Bud, really?
Well, I mean, I didn't see. I'm not into all the traditional. If they want to replay the ceremony and have us redo it again at a reception, I'd have done that. But if I could do it over again, I would do all inclusive, just by myself. Name 5 qualities you both love about each other.
5 qualities that I enjoy.
Love.
love, whatever. Personality, 1. Her prettiness.
My prettiness.
Her prettiness.
2.
Her butt.
That is not a quality.
That is a quality.
My butt is a physical being.
It's my quality.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Okay.
fine.
Anyway.
Her
My butt's in the category of prettiness, so
Okay.
you still got to come up with 3 more.
her drive to when she wants to accomplish something.
Oh, thank you.
Her love for me. Is that a quality?
Sure.
I mean, I would think you would agree because
I love you.
Put up with a lot.
Yeah, I do. Every day.
Her willingness to make me happy.
It's my pretty house.
So,
Get it.
and the reason I say that is because there's a lot of things she does that she did not used to do, and she hates doing, even till today, she hates doing, but she still does it because she knows it pleases me.
Why'd you have to use the word please?
Okay, she knows that I appreciate it.
Thank you. Please sound like some sexual thing. She knows that it pleases me. 5 qualities that I love about Cody. His prettiness.
My prettiness.
Since you said that.
You should have said handsomeness.
No. You're so handsome, you're pretty. Yeah, prettiness. His kind heart. His hard-working nature. Yep. His drive to be more physically fit. His muscles. That's all in the same category. And then number 5, I don't want to say get me everything I want or do. Not, you don't get me everything I want, but you're always striving to make me happy. And like, if you know something will make me happy, you're like trying to figure out how can I get this for her? How can I do that? So he's always trying to figure out a way. And I have to be careful about this one. I can't mention certain things around him. If I like just barely mention that I like something, I'll be showed up at the house. If I mention one time that I wanted a hippopotamus, I might pull up at the house and there'll be a hippopotamus sitting on the porch. So you kind of got to be careful with that.
Not a real one.
Oh no, now. Be like, go look in the backyard, and I'll be like, what? There's a hippopotamus. If I could be an animal, nobody asked me this question, but I'll answer it. If I could be any animal, or what is my spirit animal? I would say a hippopotamus.
Oh my goodness.
It's my favorite. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A.
I hope we answered everything.
I hope we answered as much as we could. A lot of the questions were kind of the same questions. So I was trying to go through them and pick something different. Or pick something that we haven't answered previously in another Q&A video. If you're new and you haven't seen some of the old Q&As and you have some questions that you would love for us to answer, go and check those out because there's a good chance we probably already answered those questions in one of those. So I will link all of them that I can down below in the description box so you can click on any of those and watch, binge until your heart's completely happy.
Yay!
See you guys in the next one.
In the next one.
Don't know when.
Probably.
I hope you guys have a beautiful and blessed day, y'all.